from the station working for you. This is WRTV News at 11, streaming now.
I need everyone to step up. And I'm hearing the excuse, it's going on everywhere. Well, let's be different. Let's let Anderson Community Schools, let's represent something. Let's get these kids back on the right path.
Fed up and ready to do better and expect better. The call to action tonight as more schools are dealing with more fights on school grounds. Good evening to you at 11 o'clock. I'm Mark Mullins.
And I'm Nicole Griffin. More fights as students are under more stress fueled by the pandemic. That's according to experts and reports from schools across the country. And another layer to all of this, these fights are being recorded and posted on social media for thousands of people to see.
Yeah, WRTV's Cornelius Hawker spoke to an Anderson mother who explains the toll this is taking on families.
It's a video no parent wants to watch. Their child being attacked in a place where they're supposed to be safe. Several videos like this have been recorded at Anderson High School and shared on social media. We're blurring them to protect the privacy of all the students. I talked to Antonia Trotman, who says her daughter got jumped by other students after getting threatening messages online.
She tried to do the right thing by contacting me and trying to get help with the situation. And we went to the appropriate staff official and the situation still transpired.
A video of the attack shows 4 girls punching, pulling, and kicking Antonia's daughter to the ground as staff members try to break it up. She hasn't been in school since it happened on October 1st.
It's really been a long process trying to, get her back in school, get her back on the right path.
Antonia spoke at last week's board meeting about this incident.
My issue is after notifying the school of the situation and the threats that my daughter had received, my child was still assaulted in the presence of the dean.
I questioned Superintendent Dr. Joe Cronk about Antonia's concerns. He couldn't go into specifics because of student privacy law, but did say this about school fights in general.
That's not commonplace. Every school corporation, every large school is going to have altercations. We're quite well aware of it. All our schools have police officers in them. We have deans in them. We have staff that take care of those situations.
Antonia says she's heard from the district and received an apology. She hopes they follow through with plans to increase safety in Anderson Community Schools.
I'm just simply trying to get heard so these children can get some help. I appreciate the apology, but I can't send my daughter into this when it's so much chaos. This is not a learning environment for anyone.
Working for you, Cornelius Hawker, WRTV.
In a statement, Anderson Community Schools says it takes seriously the responsibility of protecting student health and safety. The district says, quote, principals at Highland Middle School and Anderson High School have worked with central office staff on plans to provide additional security during after-school events, as well as increasing staff presence during key times of the school day.
Indianapolis is heading toward a record no one wants to break. Police officials, city leaders, and community groups and families are frustrated and tired of violence in the streets.
People upset with social media posts and feeling disrespected and parking spots and just a variety of other reasons why people have decided to pull the trigger, none of which are good and all of which are concerning. If there's going to be a solution to this problem, it's going to come out of the community and with the community and the police working together.
Last night, IMPD investigated the city's 244th homicide. There were a total of 245 in all of 2020. Whether it happened a few months ago or a few years ago, WRTV's Rachel Wilkerson shows us the city's homicide rate can be translated into real pain and heartbreak for Indianapolis families.
That's him. That's my son when he was a baby.
Kelly Langford misses her son, Deontez Locke, better known to her as Man Man. Pictures around the house, red cardinals, and other keepsakes keep her going.
Him being a father, I was starting to see the changes of him, and I was loving it. So I missed that about him. Plus, he missed my cooking.
Locke was found shot to death in his vehicle on October 19th of 2019. He was 21 years old. His family is still waiting for justice in his case.
And then this is his oldest son, Dawson. He's 2. That's his second oldest. He's 2. His name is Legacy. And then this is Deontez Jr. He's 1.
Locke never got to meet his youngest child, Junior. He didn't get to embrace fatherhood with his other 2, who were just 4 and 5 months old when he died. But his mother says his spirit lives on through his babies.
But they're like identical to him, so that gives us a joy.
Langford isn't alone in her fight for justice.
My brother had to watch his son die. It's changed our lives forever. It's not fair.
Tonight, candles burned as family and friends gathered to mourn the loss of 23-year-old Zachary Pettis.
About 4 months ago, Zach was senselessly murdered. He was an innocent bystander standing in a crowd when a young man recklessly pulled his gun out and fired in the air and then fired into the crowd. And shooting Zachary hit him in the neck.
Zachary's uncle, Bruce Pettis, says it happened during a drag race. He says his nephew had his whole life ahead of him. Both families are saddened to see the violence continue in Indianapolis.
The homicide rate is ridiculous right now. You know, the detectives, they're so overwhelmed. And my biggest fear is all this homicide, all this death and murder is just going to push my nephew's case so far back that it's never going to be completely looked into and someone's going to be found.
We understand to a certain extent why you don't want to come forth, but just remember this could happen to you, and I pray that it doesn't. Just we want justice for our loved ones, and we want the crimes to just stop.
Working for you, Rachel Wilkerson, WRTV.
The Pettis family is offering a $10,000 reward for information leading to an arrest and conviction in Zachary's murder. Both families urge you to call Crime Stoppers if you have any information in their cases or any other crime. And you can find all of our reporting on how the city plans to spend millions of dollars to tackle violent crime. That's up for you right now at WRTV.com. Law enforcement agencies across Hendricks County are launching a new campaign to help first responders recognize when they might be dealing with someone who has a cognitive disability or a mental impairment. Through the AWARE campaign, residents can apply for an AWARE decal for their home or vehicle. A medical referral is required here. The decals will help officers and first responders identify situations where someone may struggle with communication or compliance.
Law enforcement officers in general are given a lot of training now when it comes to mental health awareness, but one gap that is actually existing is when do we deploy those resources? What can we do to help empower these officers to identify those situations before they even have their initial engagement? And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bridge that gap.
Officials worked with mental health and disability rights organizations to come up with the AWARE program. You can learn more about how to apply by going to awareprogram.info.
As of tonight, it looks like Pike Township students will attend classes in person on Thursday. For the second day in a row, Pike Township and Pike Prep Academy students were on e-learning. Yesterday, the entire district stayed home for e-learning due to staff absences. The district and the teachers union remain in negotiations over teacher pay. Some frustrated parents believe the superintendent is hindering those negotiations.
If you have loyal teachers who walk away because they're asking for a small pay raise, no teacher, first year or otherwise, is going to want to come into this district. So we're trying to help save face so that we don't lose that A rating.
In a statement, Superintendent Dr. Flora Reichenauer addressed the confidentiality surrounding teacher pay negotiations. She says in part, quote, "I sincerely wish it could be more transparent. However, that is legally prohibited. Ultimately, there are only a handful of people who actually know what has transpired. However, I'm hopeful that we will be able to shed additional light on the process in the near future." Bus drivers are not part of those negotiations, but have also expressed frustration with pay and benefits. And right now, most Marion County school districts are looking to hire more drivers. Pike Township is hosting walk-in interviews at the Transportation Center on Tuesdays from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. and on Thursdays from 2 to 4 p.m. Pike currently pays a starting salary of $20 an hour to contract drivers with health insurance, life insurance, and a retirement fund. Pike provides free training to obtain a CDL license.
COVID-19 infection rates are rising, and federal health officials are expected to approve vaccine booster shots for all Americans by the end of the week. Today, the State Department of Health reported more than 3,400 new cases. The 7-day rate of positivity is now at 9.3%, and hospitalizations are increasing again with more than 1,400 patients being treated for COVID-19 as of yesterday. Today, Moderna announced it has applied for emergency use authorization for its COVID-19 vaccine booster shots to be given to all adults 18 and up. Updated guidelines for booster eligibility could be released Friday. Meanwhile, another weapon in the fight against COVID-19 is going before federal regulators. Pfizer is asking the FDA for emergency use authorization of its antiviral COVID pill, which data shows reduces hospitalization by 89%.
Experts say the pandemic has fueled America's drug epidemic, and it's now deadlier than ever. Coming up, what's behind the surge and how anyone can prepare to save a life.
And age is just a number when it comes to robocall scams. We're taking a look at why younger people are giving up their money.
And we're giving up the mild temperatures for a while. Bye-bye to the 60s, hello to the 30s. More on that, maybe even some teens next week.
America's drug epidemic is deadlier than ever. Today, the CDC released the latest numbers on drug overdose deaths.
More than 100,000 people died of overdoses during the 12-month period that ended in April. That's a nearly 30% increase from the same time period a year ago. Synthetic opioids, primarily fentanyl, caused 2/3 of all drug overdose deaths during that time frame. Today, the administrator of the DEA said her agency is finding these drugs in every state.
This year alone, DEA has seized enough fentanyl to provide every member of the United States population with a lethal dose. And we are still seizing more fentanyl each and every day.
Experts say to stop the overdose trend, Americans need to be aware of local treatment and prevention resources for addiction. In many parts of Indiana, including several Indianapolis parks, you can get naloxone, no questions asked, from what's called a nalox box. The group Overdose Lifeline has placed nearly 100 nalox boxes across Indiana. You can find a map of locations at Overdose Lifeline's website. An IU health expert feels more Hoosiers are taking up smoking cigarettes or smoking more because of the stress brought on by the pandemic.
Yeah, now she's on a mission to help smokers kick their habits. The IU Health Simon Cancer Center's tobacco treatment program combines counseling with education and resources to limit or quit smoking. Treatment specialist Danny Barwise says the program has helped nearly 500 patients over the last 3 years, and 37% quit smoking for good. Alvin George says that for years he was a casual smoker, but during the pandemic, he started to smoke regularly. Last year, he turned to the program for help.
It's your life, your body. You want to do whatever it is that pleases you, which is fair. But also know that at some point it's irreversible. And the question is, like, what's the benefit that you get out of it? And every time I think about it, the answer is nothing.
Originally, the tobacco treatment program was exclusive to oncology patients, but it's now open to everyone. Kevin?
The rain that's in central Indiana, an indicator of the transition that's underway to much colder temperatures for tomorrow and Friday. Weekend temperatures moderate a bit, and then we take a harder hit as temperatures will be close to the teens early next week for low temperatures. They're the colors of rain just along a cold front. Carmel, Fishers over toward Geist, and then to Newcastle, and then from the metro area southwest. A larger picture shows you, I think, the southeastern half of the state will continue with rain for the next couple of hours. Then it will quickly come to an end. Additional rainfall will be heavier from Bedford to Columbus and Richmond southeast. Not so much in the way of additional rain northwest of Indy. There's your rain probability. It drops off quickly. While you sleep, you'll wake up to dry and much cooler conditions in the morning tomorrow. It's 44 in Monticello, 2 degrees cooler than that in Crawfordsville. Keep in mind, we managed to hit 63 this afternoon. There were a few spots a little warmer than that, and there's what's left of the mild air being pushed to the south and east as that tug of war between the colder air and mild conditions continues. Tomorrow, a strong, cold west wind. Gusts 20 to 30 miles per hour. Not as strong as we had today. We had a 36 mile per hour gust, but still a strong wind. Temperatures a full 10 degrees below average for this time of the year in the lower 40s. Friday morning, you might want to set your alarm clock for this, a nearly total lunar eclipse. It begins at 2:18. It reaches its maximum at 4:02. Then you can go back to sleep for a little bit. The partial eclipse ends at 5:47, and all of this should be viewable as the clouds will be clear, or skies clear enough from the clouds. Friday afternoon temperatures in the lower 40s. We'll have sunshine to go with the cool temperatures. As we go to the weekend, we'll jump these temperatures up by about 10 degrees. 50 Saturday. Chance for showers on Sunday as temperatures hit 52. But the warmer it feels Sunday, the colder it gets early next week. Monday 35, and then Tuesday morning down to 22. I'd say some outlying areas have the potential to be in the upper teens. 39 Tuesday, and then we bounce back a bit into the mid 40s in the middle of next week. Nicole?
Kevin, thank you. Tens of billions of spam robocalls are made to Americans every year. It's a problem that likely isn't going away, and these scams are tricking thousands of people. While many of those victims are older, Newsy's Tyler Atkinson explains why younger generations are more vulnerable to some scam techniques.
There's a preconceived notion elderly Americans are uniquely susceptible to robocall scams, but younger Americans are more likely to be tricked out of their money through their phones. Nearly half of American 20-somethings reported losing money to fraud in 2020, compared to only 20% of those 70 to 79, according to Federal Trade Commission data.
The barrier to entry to pushing robocalls out and scams out is almost zero. And you can absolutely, cast a wide net across the country from that perspective. I don't think there's a bias or a specific target related to who's on the other side of the phone. It's really, hey, where am I being successful?
While younger Americans are more susceptible to this fraud, they are giving up less money. On average, 20-year-olds lost about $300 on these scams, compared to $650 for people in their 70s. Scams targeting younger generations are engineered differently than those for older Americans. For the younger targets, the fraud may be designed to trick individuals around possible purchases they've made or services they've received, based on personal information that scammers have on their targets.
We're seeing that many of the fraudulent robocalls and smishing messages are around healthcare. So we know that they're going after older people who are less aware of it.
The biggest scam call that's out there now that seems to be catching fire, and a lot of different folks are using it, is one where they call you, pretend to be a major brand or a major company, and say there's a charge on your account. No, I don't have that. That must be fraud. And you call and you're going to, talk to somebody who then gets your credit card and steals from you.
The FCC is pushing telecom companies to block these calls through a new directive called Stir Shaken.
All voice providers nationwide, whether it's a home phone or a cell phone or a VoIP line, whatever, it doesn't matter. They had to tell the FCC what they were doing to make robocalls go away. It's pretty much that simple. They didn't necessarily all have to have implemented the new technology, but they at least had to report to the FCC what they were doing to mitigate robocalls.
Since being enacted in June, robocalls have fallen, but they're still largely present. In September, robocalls targeting Americans hit its lowest point of the year, albeit at 4 billion. According to robocall blocking software company Umail.
The problem is when you take 4 billion a month times 12, you're at 48, almost 50 billion calls, which is the level we were at 3 years ago. So we've just kind of round tripped to a too high level.
Experts told Newsy the next step is to make sure these telecom companies are actually applying Stir Shaken to their products. As of November 15, only 31% of roughly 6,000 telecom companies reported to the FCC that they were Stir Shaken compliant. Tyler Atkinson, Newsy, Chicago.
All right, a busy Wednesday night as the basketball season starts to get into full gear. That included a marquee opponent coming to Hinkle, and the house was packed. The crowd was primed, but the Bulldogs were overmatched by their Big Ten visitors. Pacers on the road, too. I'll have it all for you next on the news at 11. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for staying up with us right here in the middle of the week. Last season, college basketball was missing a crucial element to the experience: the fans, the bands, the rowdy student sections. All of that getting back to most arenas, and Hinkle Fieldhouse was feeling a bit like its old self tonight. Just shy of a sellout crowd, 9,000 or so there for the tip-off. Many thinking back to the 2010 Final Four, the last time BU faced Michigan State. And the points were hard to come by for Butler early on in this one. Ty Gross off the bench knocks down his first three. Led Butler with 15 points. Dogs got their score stuck on 8 for several minutes, though. That allowed Michigan State to open up a double-digit lead. Malik Hall wide open in the corner. The margin was 8 at halftime. Aaron Thompson back in the lineup for Butler. He had to sit out the first 3 games. Scores here, part of a 9-point performance. But Michigan State did not let up at all. Rarely do they. On the break, Gabe Brown slides loose. 3 forces the timeout. Brown had 19, 73-52 when it was all done. Michigan State coach Tom Izzo has been around a long time, but tonight was a big deal for him personally.
This was a thrill for me. This was a bucket list thing, and it met every expectation. When I pulled in with the bus and kids were circled all the way to the football stadium, it reminds me of going to Lambeau Field back in my days, right in the middle of the community and the neighborhood, and the crowd was awesome.
Great program, right? Great coach with Coach Izzo, and a lot to learn, especially early here in the season. For whether you win or lose, right? It's not, it's about learning and growing and knowing that there's a better version of us, right, coming on the other side, and we just got to take the feedback and get better.
Butler heads to Las Vegas next week for the relocated Maui Invitational. Their first game is Monday against 15th ranked Houston. The Pacers are racking up some frequent flyer miles in November. They are in the middle of a stretch playing 7 of 8 games on the road. They got through 4 out west last week. Tonight's trip was the shortest of the bunch, going up to Detroit. Central Division midweek matchup. Pacers down 8 at halftime. Karis LeVert turned it all around with a huge third quarter all his own. He scored the Pacers' first 12 points of the second half. Would eventually bring Indiana back even. They would then take the lead. Malcolm Brogdon with 3 of his team-high 20. But the Pacers shot just 24% from outside the arc in the game. They were up 6 in the fourth, but another bad finish would cost them on this night. Rookie Cade Cunningham to the rim. He scored 18, also had 8 rebounds and 6 assists. The Pacers went 4 minutes without a basket, and that was too much. 97-89, Detroit gets just its 4th win. The Pacers are still looking to put together a full 48-minute showing on the road.
We can't have anybody trying to do things that are, not strengths of their game. I mean, and that happened some tonight with some passes and some turnovers and things like that. And hey, we just got to do better. Just got to do better.
Pacers play at Charlotte on Friday night. They are home against the Pelicans coming up on Saturday. And how about some midweek hockey at the Coliseum tonight? The Indy Fuel taking on Fort Wayne. Indy's Cliff Watson scored early in the first period, and that would be the only goal of the night, but it would also be enough. Cale Morris had 27 saves in net for Indy, holding on for the shutout victory for the Fuel, their first 1-zip win of the season. The Fuel are home again on Friday and Saturday night this weekend. A couple other notes tonight. The Purdue women's team wins. They improved to 3-0 on the season. And Ball State football loses to Central Michigan 37-17. Time for another break. Back to wrap up tonight's edition of the News at 11 next.
The WRTV Toy Drive is officially underway. You have several options to donate, including our collection event on Monument Circle. It's happening Wednesday, December 1st from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can drop off new unwrapped toys or bring cash or a check to donate. You can learn more at WRTV.com/Toy Drive.
You guys know I don't like to name drop, so I won't. But look who I was hanging out with today.
Did you tell him I won a barometer for Christmas?
Yep, and you're going to get that and an anemometer. So I was with Santa talking strategy for the toy drive. So we're planning ahead. Cold, plan ahead for that tomorrow.
Yeah, he needs that to flourish in this season.
Have a great night.
Good night.